Hello, welcome back to another episode of Snippy Potions. Well, this is the first time I've ever said, welcome back to another episode of Snippy Potions, but we haven't met in approximately 5 months, have we? Well, the last time I do remember, we were solving the EMC 8s, right? Or we were discussing Henry Matisse, but let me tell you a new update about our channel. Well, as you can see, I only have one subscriber, which is myself. My other accounts, which I only have one video and 0 subscribers. So at least I have myself, and if you're watching this, please subscribe right now. And because we are going to have a little entertainment. So, my friends, one of them is called It's K Life, and another is called Solaces. Solaces' name was Emerald Dispenser. You might know him. He only has 14 subscribers. I have one, which is much more embarrassing. And It's K Life has a lot of subscribers. He used to have 1K or something. Yep. And so we're gonna have a little entertainment day, play Minecraft. Well, I do play Minecraft too, but maybe later. Maybe Minecraft will come later. But since this is an educational channel, I only will upload maybe one entertainment video a month. But this is sadly not going to be an entertainment video. I'm only gonna upload an entertainment video when I get at least 5 or 10 subscribers. And that entertainment video is going to be an impersonation. Well, I am quite good at husky voices. For example, Snape. And, well, that's a secret. I have lots of other people who I can name. Alright, let me just name Principal Skinner, from The Simpsons. The principal of Springfield Elementary. And yes, I can also impersonate Richard Quest. He's a CNN correspondent, and you will know him by his voice. Well, if you do watch CNN News. But anyways, today we're gonna have a little history discussion, and today we're gonna discuss in history how success has led to disaster. So first of all, in history, when we think of success, you might not think of Hitler. Well, Hitler is a success because you might not think of Hitler's come to power as success because it's evil, but it still is success, evil or good, because he did manage to conquer Poland, and he did manage to bomb Britain. He managed lots of things. He became the leader of the Nazis. He terminated the Jews and the disabled and gypsies, and he was still powerful. I mean, Germany is quite a big nation, and he was like the leader of it all. But yeah, he later committed suicide. But anyways, Hitler is a success. So Hitler's story is a success story. But yes, this success, Hitler, when he was young, he wanted to be a painter. That would have suited him so well, but sadly, he became a dictator. So this is success. I mean, really, becoming like the ruler of Germany and the Nazis, and having the power to bomb the UK is quite big, So this Hitler, this is a simple example. I don't really want to discuss simple examples, I want to get into things that people can take sides on. So, like, whether it is disaster. Of course it is disaster in this case, which caused the Holocaust, because when a good person comes to power, like, I'm a supporter of Barack Obama, although I know there are many haters around the world. When a good person comes to power, usually good things happen, and that's success. But when a bad person comes to power, bad things happen, like the Holocaust, because in this case, Hitler was, he just hated the Jews because they thought they were the chosen people, which isn't very logical. Anyways, Hitler, he just liked to discriminate people that he didn't like, such as the disabled, which is really bad, and gypsies. And he created he made Germans the strongest nation in Europe. He made Germany the strongest nation in Europe at the time because of Hitler, everyone thought Germany was their strongest, especially in Germany. So the Germans really, really, really had self-confidence. So Hitler is really well known for inserting all that self-confidence into Germans, and that's why Germans are really logical and smart and wise, but it all started because of past history, not only because of Hitler, but I think that Germans are really good people. They're very logical, they're straightforward, and it's that those straightforward people, I can't believe how they were just brainwashed so easily. I mean, you could brainwash the people of other European nations. I'm not really going to name any. But Germany is the people of Germany are really straightforward. They don't get easily brainwashed. But this Hitler, his rule was such a success that he brainwashed Germany. So it led to the Holocaust. Yeah, that's the big thing. And led to World War II. What a big disaster. Yep. World War II plus Holocaust. Two of the worst events in world history. World War II, yeah. Well, in World War II, the Germans were really ferocious because they lost World War One, so they didn't want to lose another World War again. But yes, they were. Yep, they were defeated in 1945. When Hitler committed suicide because he knew that he wasn't going to win this war. So yes, this success led to pretty disastrous things, right? So this, as I said, is quite a simple example, but let's take the case of Napoleon. Well, I know most of you, basically all of you hate Hitler, but some of you might like Napoleon. He's a great leader, like Hitler. Yeah, he's one of the greatest leaders in all time. We could name Napoleon, Hitler, Cleopatra, Alexander the Great, William the Conqueror, Joan of Arc, Winston Churchill, Martin Luther King Jr., Mahatma Gandhi, Yep, all those people were great leaders. And Napoleon is one of the famous leaders, and he's French, as all of you know. He's well known for his painting of him riding on a horse pointing towards the Alps, riding on a white horse. Yes, I know you know that portrait. The one with him riding on quite a frightened looking horse. But in reality, historians have found out that he was quite plump and short and ugly. And I know people do oppose that and say, hey, that's false. Actually, he was quite tall. So there's a whole battle over whether he was short or whether he was just as he is in the painting. But some historians think that the horse he rode in the Alps was supposed to be a donkey. Now look at that. People think Napoleon is a great leader, and when he goes into battle, he rides on the donkey. That is quite embarrassing for him, right? He probably made the painter just draw a great portrait of him. It would be satire. During those times, people who knew Napoleon would be like guffawing. Well, Napoleon, yes, as I said, doesn't have as many haters as Hitler. Some people, I think, some of you may actually like him. Napoleon, the great general of France. Well, yeah, he can sometimes be likable. I admit that. Most of you hate Hitler. I mean, all of you hate Hitler. But Napoleon, yep, he has some fans. Well, if you do like Napoleon, you probably like him because like of the battle of Waterloo. That was a quite big battle, and just how he was as a general. But you probably don't know. I mean, I have to say, you probably don't know that Napoleon was also a dictator. Now, he was a general, and he wasn't the king yet. This was a few like 20 years after, in the 1810s, after the French Revolution happened in 1794, right? 1794, is that right? Wait, actually, let me check here. I do have, yes, it was after Louis the 14th, obviously, because the French Revolution happened during Louis the 16th era. So wait a minute, I do have a book about this. Wait, is it here? No. Anyways, there's a book about, I do have a book about Napoleon, so let me get that. Oh, so sorry, it's just because I wanted to check when the French Revolution started. But is there really a book about the French Revolution? Wait, let me see. Oh yes, book 27. But where on earth is book 27? What the book 27? So I have it here. Oh no, I must have been reading book 27 because I am quite interested in the French Revolution. But oh, here you go. Here it is. So when did it happen again? 17. Sorry. 1790. 1790. 1790. Oh! 1789! How stupid! How stupid of me. 1789. Yeah, when they attacked the big prison. Wait, what was it called? It started with a B. It was called, apparently, Bastille. Yeah, Bastille, whatever. Yeah. So that happened in 1789, and later in the 1810s, came Napoleon, and he promised as a general he really wanted to be king. Yep, Louis the 16th was executed, so like everyone did. No one wanted a king. They all wanted a republic. So Napoleon promised the people, "Hey, I'm gonna build a republic. Guess what? You have to make me the leader of the republic." So everyone agreed. Hey, he's a great general. I mean, he's like the savior of France. Let's let him. I think he'll be a great leader. But this success, this great general, this successful general, led to disaster. He broke his promise and he became the Emperor of France. Yes, it returns to the empire, and lots of people hated him. They couldn't rebel against it because at least Louis the 16th, who boasted his wealth, at least he's gone. And Marie Antoinette, who according to some stories, yeah, people think that this quote is false, but let them have bread. Let them just have. Oh, I think the peasants said, "Give us cake," and Marie Antoinette said, "Why don't you just have bread?" But they didn't even have bread, so that's how bad the French royals were. I've looked it up, and the descendants of Louis the 16th are alive, and they're babies. Yep, they're babies. Uh, so Napoleon, he created an empire, and the second reason no one could rebel against him was because he was so powerful. He had a humongous army, and that's one of the reasons he so easily just broke his promise and became the Emperor of France. So he was a greedy man. He really, from the beginning, he wanted to be the emperor and create the French Empire. But that didn't last for long. Yep, he was kicked out, sent to jail, then he returned, and then kicked out. And that's the end of Napoleon. So, this is another quite simple example. But yep, those are quite simple examples. But let us think of a huge event. Huge event, not people. Here's when we return back to the French Revolution. I know I'm just talking about the French Revolution, babble, babble, babble. But yeah, it's a big event in history. It means a lot. to our current world. It's often recognized as the beginning of democracy. So, the beginning of liberty, the beginning of, not beginning, but a step towards enlightenment. This was really the era of enlightenment, especially like there were lots of philosophers, like Benjamin Franklin could be recognized as a philosopher. He created new ideas about democracy, and that's how the United States was created. And there were other philosophers such as Rock, Rocke, not Rock, and they just built the foundation for the Enlightenment. And if you don't know what the Enlightenment is, it's basically a opening of knowledge, a creation of new ideas. And the French Revolution actually proved that the people were in a state of enlightenment, that the citizens were getting smarter. And so, basically, all of you probably know the French Revolution, the process. If you don't really know, look it up on YouTube, or I would really recommend Khan Academy. It's a great place. There's a whole series on the French Revolution, and if you're a fan of Les Miserables, yes, you will probably know the basics. Les Miserables is a great movie. Look down, don't look into their eyes. Like prisoner 24601. All those songs. It's a musical. It's a play. Not a play. Musical and a movie. Yep, there have been lots of movies about it, but the most recent one, starring Hugh Jackman, Wolverine. Yep. He stars as Jean Valjean. But the revolution in Les Miserables happened after the French Revolution. It happened in the 1800s. Because that revolution was mostly led by young people, as you might have noticed. I know Jean Valjean isn't young, but in reality, you know the little kid that appears and fights in the fights and then dies. The little kid, about 8 or 9 years old. As you can see, the French Revolution didn't really have young people, like kids, for example. The French Revolution, let me get back to the success thing. The French Revolution was really a success. It brought liberty. Oh no, this feature I remember. Liberty. What we could say peace, yes. I'm putting these quotation marks because, yes, you know that disasters is coming. Liberty, peace. And self-confidence. I like this feature. This marker feature. Self-confidence. Yeah. Liberty, peace, hope, and self-confidence. Well, guess what? These things, especially peace, were going to end. Like, the first few months, we were all happy. The citizens of France were like, hey, we are free again. We chased Louis the 16th out of Versailles. And but later, and we destroyed the, what did I say again? Yeah, Bastille prison Bastille. Anyways, and we've gathered lots of fighters. We've won. We are victorious. We're the champions. Whatever. But that was, they were wrong. Cause guess what? This is kind of a disaster and maybe good for them. So there's step 1 and step 2. First is a shadow laid upon the people. It's like foretelling the dark future. That's part 1. So part 1 was they got rid of Louis the, wait, how do I write in Roman? Yeah, that's 10. That's 5 and that's 1, right? So Louis the 16th. How did they get rid of him? Well, it's quite grisly, but yeah. I call it the head chopper. No, oh, the guillotine. Yep. And yep, there's the place here where people put their heads in. And there's a big blade. This is the big blade. Let's decorate it with blood. Decorate? That's quite violent. There's a string here. And when you let go of the string, right now the string is pulling it up, the blade slices down, and the head falls into a little basket here. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That was. Oh, that was mean. That was mean. So sorry. So sorry. So sorry. Yeah. Droopy face. Anyways, yeah, he was killed. He was guillotined. So like his head was chopped off in the machine, and actually the inventor of the guillotine was, his last name was Guillotine. So, oh, I don't want to look at that again. Anyways, Louis XVI was killed, and Marie Antoinette was killed. She was also guillotined. And then this is phase 1. Antoinette, right? This is phase 1. And here comes phase 2. Goodbye. Let's just delete that. I don't want to see that horrible drawing again. Ew. I'm so sorry. Anyways, yeah, you could post like comments like, "Hey, how come you're so cruel? You're not supposed to draw and talk about guillotines and describe it so clearly and detailed in an educational video." But yeah, I'm just trying to have some fun, but that isn't fun. I regret it. So in phase 2 started, this would be a great name for a historical horror movie. The Reign of Terror. Yeah, but I'm actually putting my acting skills into work here. Yep, my drama skills. But anyways, this Reign of Terror killed hundreds of thousands of people. And guess what? This Reign of Terror is known as, it's like the Holocaust, but it's incomparable to the Holocaust. But I'm not saying that it should be looked down upon. The Holocaust is like the worst thing that's ever happened, and the Reign of Terror is like a little below it. So it's the one of the worst things that's ever happened in world history. Gory stuff. Yup. And this thing was led by a man. Yep, a man called Robespierre. And he actually looks kind. Maximilien Robespierre looks kind, but when you hear about this, it's not gonna be kind. So everyone was rejoicing. Hey, we killed Marie Antoinette, the cake woman. We killed Louis XVI, like the grandson of the Sun King. S-U-N, son. The grand S-O-N, the grandson of the Sun King. Yeah, Louis XIV. And Robespierre led this reign of terror, and what it was he kind of came into power secretly, furtively, while who he thought were the stupid citizens. He thought this, but this isn't true. He thought the citizens were stupid, so he sneakily, slowly got into power. And when anyone who opposed him, who were smart, who knew that this is wrong, who knew that this is going to lead to an empire again, was guillotined. And so the Reign of Terror began. It was all about blood and gore. Hundreds and thousands and millions? No, I don't think so. But hundreds and thousands of people were killed. All innocent people just trying to make sure that the Louis XVI thing would never happen again. And they were quite successful. Robespierre's rule didn't last for long, and guess what? This guy even guillotined the executioners. So he killed the people that guillotined people because they might secretly not guillotine the prisoners or the people that opposed him. So this is real funny. He actually, why am I laughing at this cruel thing? It's because guess what happens next? I mean, because I'm laughing at what's gonna happen next. So he guillotined the guillotiners with his own hands. He let go of the rope, and the executioners, the guys with the hoods and the masks, with the black masks, like in medieval times. Yeah, and those guys, the executioners, the people that let go of the rope, those guys are guillotined by Robespierre himself. And guess what? Yep, the smart people took over and they killed Robespierre, and he was guillotined. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, good for him. Good citizens. Yup, they just guillotined Robespierre. That's great. You might feel sorry for Robespierre, but you shouldn't. He caused the reign of terror, and that's a bad thing. So this was the disaster. And guess what? Yes, you might say that they achieved success again by guillotining Robespierre, but as I told you last time, Napoleon came up and he built the French Empire. And then comes success again after the people kick him out. And then French's history goes quite smoothly. Yep, French becomes a powerful nation, gets involved in World War I, World War II, and lives till today. Great! So, we kind of overviewed the history of France. I mean, we overviewed, real quickly. So that was our third example, and let me give you just one last example, because the times are getting too long, and you might get bored. I'm trying to provide you some fun by adding those little grisly pictures in, but maybe that doesn't help, so, please forgive me. Well, the next example isn't really success, but let's say it's a good cause. And then it leads to a bad result. And guess what? It's one of the most well-known events in history. You might guess World War II, no. World War I, no. The Black Death, no. The French Revolution, hey, we already got over that. And that, like, probably leaves, like, one major thing. Oh, you might also add in the 9/11 terror incidents, no. The Civil Rights Movement, no. The American Civil War, no. Well, guess what? It starts with a C, and the people involved with it starts with a T. T, I know. There aren't many historical figures with T, but this is a large group called the Templars. They represent white and red, so guess what? Yup, you got it. Have you? I'm just gonna draw this cross and perfect it before until you guess. Yup, the Crusades. You got it. Crusades. Oh, and while I was talking about the most well-known events in history, I forgot the Industrial Revolution. Oh my God, I forgot about the Industrial Revolution. Oh my God, how could I forget that? But anyways, you know about the Templars and the Crusades. The Templars, the 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 the, the, the knights who are supposed to fight for God, tried to get Jerusalem back from the Muslims. So this is actually the golden age of Islam, like the 13th century, the 10th century, the 11th century, the 12th century, the 8th century, the 9th century, until the 1400s. So, like, this is, like, probably the end of the golden age of Islam. But, yes, the Muslims really had a big nation. So, they were in Jerusalem right now. But the Templars thought, oh, actually there were a lot of people involved in this, especially some kings. But let's just say the Templar side and the Muslim side. So the Templars thought, oh, I want to get those. I want to get back Jerusalem. That's our land. That's the land of God. And the Muslims, if you actually read the Torah, you'll realize that Allah, you know, the Muslim God, he also kind of represents our God. But the only thing the Muslims is different from Christians is that Muslims, they don't think Jesus was like the son of God. They thought Muhammad, Muhammad, no, I think Muhammad was the son of God. Like, like the Muslims really believed in prophets, and like Jesus was a prophet. I mean, I know in the Bible there are also prophets like Elijah and Elisha, Zechariah. There's prophets, yeah, and they thought Jesus was also a prophet. So that's just the difference between Christians and Muslims. So in reality, although you might not realize this, Allah is kind of like the Christian God, but the name is just Allah. So, the Templars wanted to get back Jerusalem, right? And the Muslims, who were really strong then, who were really strong then. This was the golden age of Islam. I mean, it's the end, but they had a huge territory, including Turkey, like Afghanistan, I think, Egypt, Persia, Saudi Arabia currently, and yes, Israel. And the Templars, who are supposed to be fighting for God, and yes, this is the good cause. Of course, fighting for your own God is great, but the Templars, who they all wore crosses like on their armor, their shields, horse armor. They all had crosses. Yeah, they like fought for God. You could say that, but in reality, they were greedy like Napoleon. The real objective was not to fight for God, but to conquer Jerusalem and get all the loot they could, all the booty. Wait, booty, all the booty they could. Wait, booty could also mean, yeah. Yeah. So, booty could mean, but, yeah. But and treasure. Butt and treasure. Booty. So, like, butts are treasure. That's kind of weird. No one treasures their butts. I mean, yeah, it's precious, but I wouldn't consider it treasure. Oh, sorry. So booty, yeah, they wanted to get all the loot they wanted. They could. They wanted to get rich. I mean, everyone wants to get rich. So that's the bad result. And guess what happens? They were so greedy that a first wave came in. So let's say it's a game. Let's make it real simple and think it's a game. And actually, it's a big war, but so this is the cross site. So like the Templars, supposedly. So let's put like quotation marks, and this side is the Muslim side. So let's draw what represents Islam. Oh yeah, that this thing. You know the big cube in Mecca. In Mecca, you know the Muslim artifact, the big thing in Mecca, black thing which all Muslims pray towards. And I think this is in Israel. Is it? But where is Mecca? Yeah, I know it's in the Middle East, but let's just draw this box and let's write. I'm sorry if you're a Muslim, but like Islam words, yeah, that and sorry. And this is a game. So you know how in like games like Clash of Clans or Dominations, or like what was that game called? Like War, Fire Age, you know, those invasion games. They all come in like waves. So let's say this is Jerusalem, and there's all the booty and loot inside. So let's all say these are loot. This is all loot. And the greedy Templars are actually aiming for the loot. This is the main objective. And guess what? Yup. They invade. And that's the Crusades. But no, wait. It can't be this simple. They come the first wave. Guess what? In the first wave, everyone dies. So imagine in a game, you send troops to invade like another player's base, and all of your troops die because those troops are actually not professionals, because these Templars weren't in the military. They weren't real Templars. Just people. They were just normal people who signed up for the Crusades. So guess what? They were like horrible at fighting. So all of them died except for one old man called something the White. Yeah, because like his beard was white, his hair was white, so something the White. No, someone the White. And then came the second wave, obviously, because they lost. And second wave was successfully defeated by the Muslims' greatest general, Saladin. Oh, yeah, you think of Aladdin, right? But this guy's like Saladin. Salad. Oh, I just noticed the word salad. But, yeah, let's not make fun of salad. Saladin. So Saladin, he was like the greatest general of all the Muslims. And he like defeated the second wave. And then guess what? The third wave. And then game over. Yep, guess who won? No, we're not going to give up. The Templars are not going to give up. So you, like in this game, you send it the fourth. That gets defeated. And until now, you're quite successful. You like almost reach Jerusalem, but you're not satisfied. You go into fifth time. You're still not satisfied. So you go into sixth time. You're still not satisfied. So you go into seventh time, and you're still not satisfied. And guess what? You give up. No. You go in the eighth time. So, oh, dude. And you lose again. And then this time you really give up. You think I'm gonna say more, right? Yeah, there's the Ninth Crusade. Just kidding. So, what are you supposed to believe? You're supposed to believe the first thing I said. So until the eighth, yeah, that's it. But that's still a lot. How much money would that take? Imagine it. But they lost. They never got Jerusalem. Mostly because of Saladin, but because of their lack of skill. If they really fought for God, they might have won. But these Muslims really fought for Allah. The Templars didn't. They just aimed for the loot. And they were quickly defeated by Saladin. So never look down on salads. They might be smarter than you. So 8 waves and y'all lose and you give up and return home, and Jerusalem is the Muslims. So who won? Yup. Muslims are victorious. And if this was a video game, you'd be like swearing and getting mad because your team lost. You sent so much troops in. You like spent all of your like coins or money or gold to attack this other player's base, but the general called Saladin just defeated all of your people because your people weren't loyal to God. So this good cause, this supposedly good cause, so like working for God. So I know some people might really have fought for God, but since the majority didn't, they lost. So the first thought was, hey, let's work for God. But then they started to get greedy. They started to think of loot. And they lost. That's it. That's it for today. And so, make sure to subscribe. I'm just going to end at 50 minutes. I'm going to make that my objective. To like end on 50 minutes. Like here, it's going to say 50 minutes. But maybe on the actual YouTube video, it might like get longer. But yeah, remember to subscribe because I am going to upload the entertainment thing, the impersonation thing. Yeah. Just wait for it. But you have to subscribe. At least 5 or 10 subscribers. Goodbye. I have to go. It's 50 minutes. Oh no. All right. Let's just take some more time. So please subscribe, and I would really recommend, if you're actually watching this video, to subscribe to 3 people. Subscribe to me. Subscribe to my friend Solices, and subscribe to It's K Life. And yes, oh yes, please, I forgot, subscribe to Rinky Plays. Wait, Rinky? Rinky? Is it Plays or Plays? I think it's that, yeah. But anyways, anytime like Rinky, like he will come up. So, me, Solices, It's K Life, and Rinky Plays. Obviously these are all gamers. This is the gamer group. Like, we're all really good friends, Rinky and me. And do I have to actually give out Solices' name? His name's Joseph. And yeah, Joseph and Rinky are good friends. Me and Joseph are good friends, and especially Joseph and It's K Life are good friends. And guess what? It's K Life's real name is Ethan. So I think some of you might have subscribed to It's K Life already. His old account wasn't a real good account. It was called Smexy Soldier. Yeah, Smexy Soldier. What name could be worse than that? I think It's K Life is a much better name, Ethan. Good job for changing that. But Solices, his old name was Emerald Dispenser, which I don't really like. But I am also thinking of changing my own channel name. I don't want to give out my real name to anyone. I mean, Joseph, I gave out his real name. It's K Life. Ethan, Rinky Plays, Rinky, and me. Yup. So subscribe to us 4 people. Yeah, we are really good friends. I'm the only one who's doing an educational thing, and who's actually working real hard to get subscribers. And sometimes Rinky Plays might be featured in Solices videos, and Solices might be featured in Rinky Plays videos, and It's K Life might be featured in Solices videos, and Solices might be featured in It's K Life's videos, but Rinky Plays isn't really that close to It's K Life. He's rather close to Solices, so they're a really good friends. Solices and It's K Life are really good friends. I'm good friends with Rinky Plays. I'm good friends with Solices, and I also really like It's K Life. And I'm not sure if he likes me. Do you like me, Ethan? Do you like me? I don't know. But yeah, I'm a good friend with It's K Life. You might not say so, but yeah, trust me. I'm the educational guy. So I need to teach people the right stuff and to love others. Yup. This is the gaming group, so if you ever get bored with my entertainment stuff, watch their entertainment stuff. And I know they'll never upload educational stuff, and if you are too tired of watching video games and you just want to get your brain working, look at mine. So anyways, subscribe to all of us. Oh, it's 53 minutes, 54 minutes. There we go. And goodbye. Adios. 再见. Mata daisho. Yup, that was how many languages? Oh yeah, and 안녕히가세요. So bye, English. 再见. Adios, Spanish. 再见, Chinese. Mata daisho, Japanese. And 안녕히가세요, Korean. Great, 5 languages. Alright, let's do that all in a row. Bye, adios, and alright. Sorry. Try again. Bye, adios, 再见. Alright, good until there. Bye, adios, 再见, mata daisho, 안녕히가세요. Great. Bye. One last time and I'll end. Bye, adios, 再见, mata daisho, arigato gozaimasu, 안녕히가세요. Bye, 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 bye. Please subscribe. Bye, 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 bye. Bye. Bye, guys. What? Really? I mean, bye, 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 bye. Bye, guys. Bye, bye, bye. Wait until like 10 seconds, like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.